Okay, so a funny thing happened recently. There was a video game made by a company called uh, Tale of Tales. The video game was called Sunset, and it's one of those very artsy fartsy progressive social justice games that is entirely story driven and has no gameplay. And the story isn't really much of a story, just a little platform to preach their little message to you. The game, needless to say, is very boring. You're basically a maid who walks around a house and you have to clean the house. But from the images I've seen of the game and the videos of people, well, quite frankly, mocking the game, the house looks pretty fucking clean to me. I mean, what are you even cleaning? I see there's like some books on the floor. Maybe you do the owner's laundry, I guess. But the house looks pretty clean. I don't really see what you're even cleaning. So, I, you know, I don't get it. And apparently no one else got it either because no one bought the game. The sales were abysmal. Like I said, it tanked the whole fucking company. And they're kaput. They're done. And the game dev who made the game is butthurt beyond belief right now. Like many of these people, they're falling out on Twitter. It's only a matter of time before the PTSD takes hold. And she is blaming capitalism and gamers for her failures. Because, of course, when you make a game that has no gameplay, and it's not fun, so it doesn't really draw in a crowd, and you don't make any money, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you made a game that no one wanted to play. It's gamers' fault. How dare they not want to play your game? How dare they not find it enjoyable? And you look at these tweets, and she says, "I hate gamers, and gamers need to die, and capitalism is evil, and if you think capitalism is cool, then you're evil, and blah blah blah." When you look into this story and see just what's going on, it's hilarious. They took this game to Leigh Alexander's PR company, and her company was responsible for promoting the game. Now I know Leigh Alexander gets a lot of shit, and deservedly so. She is a bitch. But the thing is, and this is I guess the one nice thing I'll say about her, which still it might be just a backhanded compliment, but I don't think any company like you can get like the best PR company on the planet and had them advertise the game. I don't think it would have made a difference. This there's nothing in this game. You walk around a goddamn house. And that's the game. I mean, how do you market that? This new breathtaking adventure where you, the maid, walk around a house and you clean it. The game. And there's a war going outside that's probably more interesting, but you're in the house. Enjoy. Who finds this game fun? Like, well, I want to know. I want to know that, like, someone who played this game and enjoy it, leave a comment and explain in detail why this game was fun and why you enjoyed it and why you still play it to this day. But the funny thing is, like I mentioned Leigh Alexander. Her company was promoting the game. This is a woman who hates gamers. So let's backtrack a bit. A woman who made a game, who says on her Twitter that she hates gamers, took that game to Leigh Alexander, another woman who hates gamers, and she advertised this game on, Kotaku, Rock Paper Shotgun, Polygon, probably her own site, Gamasutra as well, and it made no difference whatsoever. I, I these people, like, they're shocked. Like, I hate gamers. I made a game for them. I had a woman who also hates games promote my game, and the gamers that we hate didn't buy the game. Capitalism is to blame. And now she has a Patreon. And you could look on her Patreon and let's look at this gem. It's probably just more Butthurt. I haven't even read it yet. We're gonna see it for the first time. Um, Mikael Salmon is creating unfettered commentary on video games and the world. Okay, why should we pay for this? Allow me to elaborate on why you hate video games. What? In 2002, I chose to use video games as my artistic medium. The more I got to know the technology, the industry, the creators, blah, blah, blah. Uh, I used to be quite the vocal about this until I noticed that the people seemed to hate me so much that they didn't play our game. So I shut my mouth, closed my Twitter, closed my Facebook, and only spoke publicly in diplomatic, calculated marketing terms. Until now, nothing much has changed in video games, and I don't see a bright future for this medium if some radical changes don't happen soon. Like maybe the changing of our political system in our country since you don't like capitalism. I'm ready to share my views on this and broader and the broader economic, political, and social context. I have no commercial interest in the games industry anymore. I have nothing to lose. Well, you've already lost it, my dear. I can safely bite the hand that was unable to feed me, but I only care if you do. So even in her bitching, she's like, I'm gonna just do all this and complain about this, like, but only if you donate to my Patreon. She now wants to make a living complaining about how she couldn't make a living. I, I okay, but a long list of topics I'm eager to discuss has been piling up for years. I had to bite my lip so many times, assure you did, that I'm not even sure if I can still speak. You're speak okay, yeah, okay, whatever. I will try to express my feelings in concise articles. Wait, so she wants you to pay for her blog. She's going to blog for a living, and she wants you to pay for the privilege of reading her rants. Maybe this will inspire some to make the many changes necessary to improve the situation. What situation? The situation of the games industry or your financial situation after you lost your company that you were working at? However, modestly, to the utter annihilation of video games as we know them. That would be nice. What is with these fucking people? They get into an industry they hate. They try to make it. It doesn't work. Their games don't make any fucking money. And then they're like, the video game industry needs to be destroyed, annihilated, obliterated, and I hate gamers, and I hate everything. I hate the whole industry. I hate capitalism. But, we're entitled because, we have a bit of an opinion on a game that we're expected to spend $60 on. Pledge $1 or more per article. Pledge $5, $10, $20, $30, $50. What the f... Okay, what do you get if you do $50? 1 in 5 articles will be written about a subject matter that you choose. Oh my god. This is pathetic. So, let's recap for a minute. A woman who hates games made a game that gamers didn't like. She took that game to a PR company that also hates gamers and couldn't help. I honestly don't think they generated any money with that campaign. And now she tries to make a living on Patreon, writing articles about how she hates the game industry and how it needs to change, even though a minute ago she wanted the whole industry to die in a fire, but now she says it needs to change. My goodness. Pledge $30 or more per article. On top of everything above, it would be my pleasure to chat with you for an hour or so every month on Skype. So if you give her $30 a month, she'll talk to you on Skype. We can discuss the weather. I could attempt to consult you on game design. I thought you hated the industry. What are you doing? We could discuss art, philosophy, probably a bit of everything. So you give her $30 or more per article and she'll talk to you on Skype about fucking nothing. Oh my god. What do you get if you give her a fucking dollar? You get to consider yourself a contributor to the discussion of video games as we know them without hurting your wallet. That's still a dollar short, honey. My wallet would still be hurting after that. Well, it's funny, it's sad, it's pathetic, it's great. What more can I say? I guess. Well, one more thing, actually. It's interesting that, when you look at games like Brianna Wu's game, that game, it didn't make a lot of money, but it made some kind of a profit, mainly because of her being quote unquote harassed. I remember looking at the Steam when I'm looking at Steam when this was going on, and there were people saying things like, "Oh, I bought the game to support her because of her harassment," and there were other people who were with the group that turned on her and we're like, "Oh, can we finally like stop pretending that we like this fucking game and we like this woman?" And it was like, "Wow, so those people bought the game just because they were a part of the little social justice clique, not because they liked it." This game, on the other hand, was relatively unknown. No one was being harassed. No one had to flee their home, so there wasn't any sympathy bucks coming in. The game was being judged on its own merit as a game, with the full hand of. I mean, for fuck's sake, this was a game made by social justice for social justice, advertised on every social justice gaming site imaginable, and surprise, motherfucking surprise, it didn't make any goddamn money. And it's everyone else's fault that this occurred. Once again, what does she call it? Shits flinging babies or whatever, shit babies, piss babies. Yeah, projection.